Okay, this case study will be talking about a client that came to me in October this year. And, they had a concern about traffic and rankings. If you go to Google and just type in how to increase site traffic, what you're going to find are, 191 million results. And, really, a big part of what you'll see online are people that are selling things. I'm no different than anyone else in terms of SEO and content management. However, there's a couple different philosophies on how to drive traffic. And one is to spam backlink. Like here's a pretty good one. How I increase my website traffic to over 100,000 visitors per month. And, obviously, it's kind of cryptic in that it focuses more on traffic. Traffic is great, but if it's not qualified traffic based on good keywords, then you're doomed. You can buy traffic, but the return on investment, if you're just outright hoping to buy generic traffic, is pitiful. And my approach to traffic is to develop a good core of keywords that are related to your niche, your business or service, and then optimize your site content for those keywords. A big trend, say in the last, probably more than a decade, has been to do a lot of backlinking. It was in April of 2011, Google Penguin came out, and it really did penalize how sites ranked. It no longer, or what Google Penguin did is it took away the benefit of, say, having 100,000 backlinks. If you search Google for, even just buy backlinks, there's a gazillion, there's another 19 million sites. And that was really, it was a little secret, for well over a decade, probably more like 13 or 14 years. You could go out and buy backlinks, and rank well. You would hire someone to build, thousands and thousands of backlinks. And, a backlink needs some kind of content. So most of these firms will do spin writing and create really lame, razor-thin content, and then, with syndicated software, automate the process and build, 1,000, 2,000 backlinks a day. And it did work. You can see, you can buy PR3 backlinks, for $224. And these days, since really midsummer of 2011, it doesn't work anymore. And the reason is because of Google relevancy standards. Google's out to, obviously search for the most valuable relevant content. If you look at Google relevancy standards, you can read a lot more about, and on the Google site, about their parameters. If you even go deeper and search for Google search standards, you can actually read the, what they base some of their standards on. They don't give you everything that you'll want to know. No one will ever really fully understand the algorithms that they update, typically more than once a day, sometimes. And the reason I'm showing you this is if you can conform your site content to prove to Google that you're more relevant than your competition, you'll do very well. And that's with no backlinks. So I wanted to show you, I have a client that I think I started speaking on it, and it's a bit of a dated site. It's the enginefactory.com. And, you know, as you can tell, I think I've maybe even shown this site in a previous screencast, but, you know, it's a dated site. The site's about 13 years old. And as you can see, it's a fairly dated format. I think it was built in front page. And they ship, you know, engines everywhere. You can buy a crate engine and have it shipped to you and your car waiting for a new motor. And when they came to me, they had two problems. So they said they had an SEO problem and they had a traffic problem. So what we did is analyze their site, and actually they didn't even have Google Analytics on their site. And so the first thing we did is put Google Analytics on their site so that we could really start pulling hard data, which really, you know, is you know, the first step really in any project, even before keywords, is finding out, you know, trends in the analytics. As you can see here, and I can even go back, I think, to when we started, right around October 1st or so. Yeah, here's where we started, okay? So we went from, well, on the 12th of October, we went from nothing, and who knows, well, I think their previous guy was saying somewhere around a few hundred to 500 or 600 searches, or rather visitors a day, I'm sorry. And once we had analytics running, we actually found a much better story. So you really need to slow things down when you go into an SEO project. It's always good to capture what the surrounding picture is based on Google Analytics trends. And that's pretty simple to do. So what we did from there is we optimized some of their content and really started to improve their rankings. As you can see here, you know, a little dated site, it may look small and kind of clunky and older than, you know, probably most of the socks or shoes I have in my old closet, but it works, and they're in the process of upgrading to a new site, but they have like upwards of 450 different engine variations, so it's a very complex project. But the next thing we did is went into their content and looked at the way that it was optimized, and really it wasn't optimized that much at all. And really we just looked for Google relevancy standards that were out of line with the guidelines that Google suggests. In no way keyword stuffing or, you know, anything deceptive like that. From there, we started to track their rankings, and I'll pull their rankings for you and show you search counts, which really is the focus of this project on video here, is to show you that this up. Here we go. Is to show you that they really have some powerhouse rankings. You know, they rank obviously very well for their name of their site, Engine Factory, 880 exact searches a month. But then as we go down, I can even pull that full report here. You know, so much of this industry is running rampant with, you know, smoke and mirrors, trickery on how to rank better. But actually, if you focus primarily on just using Google standards with video, text and video, you'll do very well. So we have their entire list of rankings here. I can go a little deeper in screen here. And, you know, like Crate Engine Depot, they're number 4. They were number 11. 350 engine for sale with 1,900 exact search counts. They're number 11. You know, and the ranks will go up and down. The goal is to just build first and second page rankings over time. And then once you have your traffic developed, you need to build a conversion plan, specifically to either A, get them into a lead prospecting CRM, such as Aweber or MailChimp, to offer them something in exchange for their email address. If you even look further down, this is a first page, second page, first page. Most of these are first and second pages. And yeah, even as we go down, this is a search count of about, it's got to be 40 or, probably more like 30 to 40,000 exact searches a month on this list of keywords, ballpark. And, with these guys, they really did their due diligence back in, I think it was 98. They started the site and then developed, product and a following. And really the biggest challenge that they've had is kind of putting it all together so that there's a plan of action that kind of takes their traffic and leads them to where they want to go. Right here, again, this is a fairly dated site, but they are harvesting leads, name, email, and they are sharing a lot of their videos. They actually do a lot with video and how they build these motors, which is real cool. And they've been in the business well over 30 years and are a powerhouse. So, I just wanted to do this quick video screencast because when you look at a screen like this and you say, wow, what would it take to get, upwards of, say, 1,025 visitors on, I think it was the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. It can be intimidating when you first try and focus on building a plan to do it. But, a lot of the new clients, partners that come on with me will do so, A, if they have a decent budget, and B, they're committed long-term to developing standards of relevancy for, the Google requirements. So I just wanted to kind of outline a real powerhouse project that I was lucky enough to work on. And they're super people, and I really feel like if they had to do it all over again, based on the content they have, they could easily duplicate these kind of rankings because of the work that we've put in, and also the work for years that they developed by providing, highly relevant content for their target audience. Now, granted, this isn't necessarily the type of site that I'd recommend building if you're starting over. Ideally, with these guys, I'd encourage them to consider some kind of WordPress, maybe WooCommerce, e-commerce site, and really develop video for each particular brand of motor, and then break it out for their keywords. It doesn't take a whole lot of work if you have a right plan. It takes time, but over time, say 2, 3, 4, 5 months, it's very possible, not necessarily to rank, for 20 to 30,000 exact searches a month. However, it is very possible to rank on the first and second page, which really is all you need. First and second page placements will definitely drive traffic, and then convert them into either preferably a CRM, and then follow up for sales. So I'll just finish this up. Thank you for watching, and we'll have more video coming soon. Bye-bye.